Greetings, LEGO fans, and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we pay a visit to the most mysterious and alien faction of Aquazone, the Stingrays. A band of mutants who dominate the deepest and most treacherous parts of the ocean, these guys stand in opposition to the Hydronauts, who, depending on your interpretation, can either be seen as the good guys or as an oppressive, invading force. With only 4 sets, all released in 1998, this might be one of Aquazone's smallest sub-themes, but it made one of the biggest impacts on me as a kid, with its radically divergent color scheme, otherworldly character designs, and overall cool factor really making an impression, almost feeling like the UFO of the sea. So, embrace your sea creature side, and let's dive deep into the world of the Stingrays. Taking the bottom spot is set number 6107, the Recon Ray. Launching at a very affordable $3 price point, this set is a pretty unique take on the micro speeder. Built up on its own Stingray exclusive plate with a 4x8 half saucer on the front, it has its own distinct personality, with the prints on the front, including some razor-sharp teeth in the center, really selling the alien and dangerous vibe. Outside of Stingrays, this mold was only used in one other set, the Bi-Wing Blaster from Insectoids, just without the Stingray-specific prints. Featuring a trans-neon green propeller, 2 clips on the sides for the ever-present chrome-silver knives of Aquazone, convenient fin mounting points, and even a hydrolator crystal, this set is an insane value for even its current used prices. That value is even more increased by the minifigure, the canonical leader of the Stingrays, Commander Manta Ray. We saw him before in our exploration of the Hydronauts, but I can't stress enough how great these minifig designs are. The new helmet elements, exclusive to the Stingray characters, give such a haunting and intimidating air to these guys, with the vertebrae coursing over their top and back, as well as the eye holes revealing their startling face prints, making these figures really stand out among their Aquazone counterparts. Manta Ray's face print, which is like something straight out of my nightmares, was one of my favorites as a kid, as I used it for a character I called Admiral Ray, who was initially feared but grew to be loved and respected by his crew. In the case of Manta Ray, aside from his unique face and torso prints, it's perhaps his red legs that differentiate him most from his crewmates, making him easy to spot. The Recon Ray is an excellent entry-level set for the Stingrays, and represents probably the best micro speeder in all of Aquazone. Coming in at number 3, we have set number 6140, Crab. This also went by the name of the Sea Creeper, numbered 6109, and included a large plastic Stingray accessory. With a simple title like Crab, it's hard to mistake what this $10 set is trying to mimic. Either gliding or crab walking along the seafloor, this little sub is ready to snatch up all the valuable minerals it can. The centerpiece of the craft is this trans-neon green octagonal canopy, with its Stingray-specific printing making it faction exclusive. It's mounted on the same chassis piece used by their rival faction, which can lead to similar tightness of the hinge mechanism, often leading it to pop out if you're not careful. As you might expect from a crab, the right arm is complete with a nice pincer claw, but the left arm is equipped with a propeller instead, perhaps for digging holes on the seafloor? That's up to you. The back is also equipped with 2 propellers, each of which is able to pivot 180 degrees, making maneuvering this sub a breeze. The 2x2 printed tile on top, which always denoted a suction cup attachment point in Hydronauts, is a bit more head-scratching here, as there are actually no suction cup elements included in any of the Stingray sets. Aside from just an aesthetic flourish, it does seem to be a good steadying point for opening the canopy, so that's at least something to consider. The minifig behind this mechanical crab is Navigator Stinger Ray, the only crew member we didn't see in the Hydronaut sets. Sporting the same helmet we see on all of these figures, he also lives up to his title by wearing a compass on his torso. I appreciate this attention to detail and the individuality it lends to his character. His faceprint is also unique, with large teal eyebrows instead of the tamer black ones we saw on Manta Ray. Aside from the minifig, a single red bush element gives you that little bit of environment to interact with, along with a single hydrolator crystal as a reward for your foraging efforts. If you got the 6109 version, this absolutely gigantic plastic stingray could either serve as a huge predator to add some drama or as a simple display piece, but the former definitely sounds more fun. The crab is a nice gateway between the small and medium sets of the faction, and is the only primarily ground-based vehicle in the whole sub-theme. The runner-up is set number 6160, the Sea Scorpion. Originally retailing for $35, this set makes a strong case for being the underwater version of the Blacktron Renegade. Though it's clearly designed with a scorpion in mind, its overall asymmetrical structure really harkens back to that 1980s classic, with its removable and reconfigurable modules furthering that comparison. Much like its Blacktron forebear, the booster in the back can join up with either the enclosed canopy in the center or the detachable speeder on the arm, turning one sub into three. On the other arm is my personal favorite play feature of the set, the working claw. Much like the Sea Claw 7 from Aquanauts, this opens and closes to capture larger treasures from the seafloor. Using Technic lift arms instead of the rubber band of its predecessor, this creates a much smoother, more sustainable play feature, and the added knives in the middle give it both more practicality and a bit more of a sinister edge. In addition to the removable modules, the huge rear cockpit has ample room for more crew, and the distinctly printed trans-neon green storage boxes on either side are the perfect place to stow the two included hydrolator crystals. The tail is what really gives this vehicle its most scorpion-like asset, whipping around with ease in a way that can both serve as a practical rudder and just a really cool aesthetic cherry on top. A vessel of this size needs an appropriately sized crew, so we're given 3 great minifigures here. We've already met Stingray and Manta Ray, but the final Stingray is introduced to us here, Raven Ray. If you watched the Hydronauts video, you've already had a brief introduction, but this guy seems to be the troublemaker of the bunch, seen as a prisoner in 2 of the Hydronauts sets. With yet another distinct faceprint, with a rebellious wisp of hair in the front, this particular copy is a bit of a misprint, with his red eyes and their outlines misaligned. Personally, I love seeing these little mistakes show up, as it adds another layer of individuality. The Sea Scorpion is a pretty fantastic mid-size set, and its homages to the Blacktron Renegade, intentional or not, are much appreciated. And at number 1 is set number 6198, the Stingray Stormer. Hitting shelves at $70 in 1998, it's about time the Stingrays made a vehicle that actually looks like, well, a stingray. This sprawling, menacing sub is about the most aggressive-looking stingray one can muster, and I must say, I wouldn't want to go toe-to-toe with this thing. With its endless bank of propellers suggesting maximum speed, and its slick tail suggesting maximum maneuverability, I don't think there's any doubt that this is the dominant force in these waters. With a huge front cockpit reminiscent of the arachnoid starbase from Insectoids, there's plenty of room for figures to stand upright and move around, basically making it more of a bridge than a cockpit. Much like the arachnoid starbase, this also includes its own set-exclusive printed corner saucer pieces, coming together to form a pair of eyes reminiscent of the Stingray's minifigure helmets. If the spacious bridge wasn't enough, directly behind it is another surprisingly large interior space, concealed by these clever doors that are joined in the center by 2 magnets. This gives the Stingray Stormer easily one of the more robust interiors in all of Aquazone, or LEGO Space for that matter, really maximizing playability on the inside of the ship. Speaking of space, there's even more of it in the back, with 2 cargo hatches that are just big enough to house crystals or other small treasures. The hinged lid piece on this particular compartment is set exclusive, which is a shame because just about any element in trans neon green is more than welcome. Mounted to each of the wings is a detachable craft, not unlike the Recon Ray, that can join in on any subaquatic dogfight. When those aren't in use, there's plenty to be done on the deck, with claw-laden hoses and crew stations keeping the vessel's occupants busy. The occupants in question are the whole Stingray crew once again, this time with 2 instances of Raven Ray, a somewhat unusual thing for a named character like that. The Stingray Stormer hits the sweet spot of awesome looks, cool play features, and fantastic interior spaces, and makes this one of Aquazone's finest flagship sets. But what are your thoughts on this interesting departure from the standard Aquazone fare? Let me know in the comments below. And here's another shout out to the Brick Guild for keeping things afloat for this channel. If you want your own name in these credits, consider becoming a channel member for as little as 99 cents a month to help make more of these videos possible. And until next time, don't get stung.